premium service for a long time. And what we're really doing now is trying to give investors a little bit more insight into how we arrive at that economic moat rating, or why we think a company has a moat or not. And so when you read the section, you can really get a deeper sense of, well, why is this company a wide moat or narrow moat, or even why doesn't it have a moat? And so I think that will really enhance the direct applicability of some of the research to the ratings that we've been putting out for some time.
So what are some of the structural advantages that a company can have that will give it an economic moat?
Well, there's really 5 main ways we've identified a company can carve out an economic moat within its industry. And the first would be a cost advantage. And so cost advantage is really just the idea that sometimes a company can actually produce something or have a process that results in better efficiency and produce something at a cheaper cost than its competitors. The second would be intangible assets. And this refers to brands or patents that compel a consumer to pay more. And so Tiffany is kind of the quintessential example of this, since they sell a commodity item that is literally worth more simply because of the brand. And the third would be switching costs. And switching costs is really focused on the concept that sometimes it's more costly to switch to another provider. Even if that other provider might be offering something that could be perceived as better or cheaper, the customer doesn't always want to switch to it because the cost of switching is so great. And banking is actually one of these examples where you see a lot of individuals not switching from one bank to another, even if their fees go up, even if they experience some difficulty, because the cost of switching is just so irritating. And the fourth source of competitive advantage is the network effect. And here we're looking for companies that really see the value of their business increase as the number of users increase. So we talk about Facebook as a kind of a timely example, I guess you could say, of this, particularly because Facebook has one of the largest networks we've ever seen developed anywhere, with more than 1 billion users globally. Now they're still in the process of figuring out how to monetize this to its fullest, but we believe that network is extremely powerful and will result in opportunities to monetize it. And the final type of competitive advantage is called efficient scale. And here we're looking for markets that really aren't large enough to support another competitor. So it's very distinct from economies of scale, which is really part of a cost advantage. Efficient scale is the idea that some companies are operating in a market that another competitor could not effectively compete in and make a profit. So I talk a lot about the New Zealand market when we're referring to efficient scale. And that's really because in New Zealand, the market's very small and very remote, and there are a lot of companies there that make excess returns. But if another company were to enter into a variety of industries within New Zealand, then neither the existing player nor the new entrant would earn excess returns. And so that knowledge and the research of that really keep competitors out.
So why should investors care about moats then? Does it make sense to only invest in wide moats? How do you think about it from an investing standpoint? How important is the moat to that analysis?
Well, on the most fundamental level, we believe that companies with moats are worth more than companies without. So because of their ability to compound returns over time and to sustainably reinvest in businesses or in their core business that earns excess returns going forward. So both of those factors make a business that is otherwise equal, that's a wide moat, worth more than a comparable business that doesn't have a moat or that is not earning those excess returns. The other thing I would say is we've done a lot of research around moats over the years, and one thing we found is that moats can really reduce the risk in your portfolio as well. So we have found that a company that has a wide moat is much less likely to go bankrupt than a company with no moat, and also much less likely to cut its dividend. And so those are really powerful ways to reduce the risk in your portfolio.
How does